Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. Welcome back, people, to my channel. This is Influence, and I thank you for joining me today. If this is your first time, please think of subscribing. So we got here, before I jump right into the cards, we got Andras, which is Scourge, masterpiece version X-Transbots Master X series MX-2 86 Swarm Leader. This is the new repainted version. I never got the Scourge, so I waited, and actually I like this painted version a lot better. But it's not perfect, of course. There's some QC issues and also some paint issues, which I think everybody already knows the paint issues. So first, let's jump into the cards. You got the card, of course. I don't get into the cards too much. I don't know if you want to read that. Get the book. I'm not sure how the book is because I didn't use the book. I didn't even take it out because I watched a couple. I actually watched, I saw some reviews before, and this isn't hard at all. I basically figured it out myself, except for a couple things I didn't get right. Some of the wing parts. It comes in boat mode, so it makes it quite easy because it's just basically a shell former, except the the legs have some things going on. You also get his target master, which is here. It's not bad. And you get a flight stand. So that's cool. I think you get your money's worth. I like when they do stuff like this instead of Motor Master's trailer, stuff like that. Got some box art, some stuff on the back, some of their figures. He came out. I know when this was out, it was a long time coming for him. Yeah, I think all these figures are out now. Springer. I don't think Springer's out. Can't remember. Yeah, all these figures are out now, but you got a picture of Autobot Spike. And that's about it. It's a pretty big box. It comes in boat mode. I think I said that, which is why we're doing it in robot mode first. So that's a first. I don't get to do that as much. This piece right here, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure what it is, but I'm sure if I tried, I will find it. Maybe I'll find it on the way to boat mode, space boat. I don't know. I keep calling it boat mode. I know it's not a boat. It's like a spaceship, but I never knew what it was. But I may find out by the end. I may not. So if you want to leave a comment about what this piece is, feel free. Let's deal with the target master first. First, you'll see how big he is next to the target master. You see his face, sculpt. Pretty nice. It's a pretty nice target master. As far as robot goes, it is kind of just not great as a gun. I mean, I haven't really seen a lot of target masters. Fan stories, some of their target masters are pretty good, but it's pretty hard to do a target master. So I'm gonna let it slide. Target masters are pretty hard to do, but we'll go through articulation. His legs move, just do the transformation, and because it's just on a ball joint, he gets a strong double jointed knee. It's not really double jointed, it's a ball joint again. Let me start from the top. His head doesn't go side to side, it goes back that far and back that far, which is good. His arms go all the way up, and it can actually, you can get it to go all the way up on the joint, so you can do jumping jacks. Go all the way around. Double jointed elbows, of course. He has just single fists. No, it is on a ball joint at the shoulder, so he can get a little butterfly in and out. He has little kind of waist bend a little bit. Doesn't move all the way around, but you can get his feet all the way out, and you can get the hurdles. So you get the hurdles and you can get the splits. His feet do have some rocking abilities. They go down and up, and his heel spurs go up. So that's good. He has great articulation. Compare him to Fans Toys Target Master. Just blurs Target Master. I hate comparing Fans Toys to other companies because it just seems like you're being a-hole. And really, I'm not. I don't think people are trying to be an a-hole, but Fans Toys is hard to beat. They have great. But you can see Fans Toys has the barrel down. They have a little short barrel, so he's more clean as far as the back goes and seeing the barrel from the front. But he's just made better. But they're two different. I don't think this is a bad Target Master as far as it being in the Target Master. He's a little bit shorter. But I like that. I like that I wouldn't want all the Target Masters to be the same. But they're pretty much similar caliber. He just feels more solid than this. But they're both made pretty much the same. Ball joints and just regular joints. He don't even have holes in his fist, so he got one up on him with the arms. I think his arms look better. So again, just something. So then we can get him transformed, if I can remember. His transformation really isn't that great. Got his head up like this. Pull these down. Well, he pushes his waist up. I think I showed it. Yeah, he has a waist bend because of that, but you got to push this up like that. It seems like it should be different, the transformation, but it isn't. So then you got to situate this so the ball joint is still regular, but then this is like this. So then you can get this in here. At least this is how it's shown. Again, you keep this like this and you move this and get it in there. It's a peg there that goes there. Oh, you got to close the feet too. Don't forget. I did it on the other one, but I didn't do it on this one. Then you peg it together. And the feet kind of act as when you have it right. And this is it's a floppily mess, which is basically what it is. Then these fists come here and grab onto those pegs, which kind of gives it some type of stability, but not really. And you have the barrel. Pull the barrel out. I don't like when the barrel's out. I mean, it makes it look longer and better, but this is unsightly, I think, the hole in the barrel. So here's his gun again. I think the gun isn't great. Isn't great for Target Master, but what you gonna do? Then his other accessory is this gun. Now, one of the problems I have, it just fits in there, but it only fits in this hand. When I try to put it in this hand, it doesn't go in at all. It's the same peg type system. It's just a small peg. I don't know if it's the paint or what. Okay, you made a liar out of me. I've been trying to do that so scratch that again. Yeah, I've been trying to do that for like, maybe it's the lights. I don't know, but I was trying to do that since I got this like a week ago. So scratch that. He fits in his hand. So we can leave that over there. And then this goes in this hand. But to kind of get this in, you got to move his fingernails around the gun, kind of, and then push this in there. And he does hold this one not too bad. Now I'm not going to be able to get this one in. That's how he looks holding the gun, Target Master, and the regular gun. Let's compare him to some of his folks. So here he is with Cyclonus. And Cyclonus is a lot bigger than him, which may be correct. And then I had my stand-in Galvatron, which isn't right. I know. I ain't even gonna compare him. I just put him back here to show, for show. That's my stand-in Galvatron. I'm looking for fans toys, and I thought I had one, but somebody never responded to me. I was trying to buy one. But anyway, this is how he looks with his crew. This is how I'm going to display him. Hopefully I can get a Galvatron, a real one. I don't know. I might even get X-Transbots Galvatron. And I'm kind of iffy on that. I want fans toys, though. If I do get it, it may just be for review. Articulation-wise, his head moves around. It does have this collar, but if you want to move it, you can move his collar things, and his head actually has full range. Goes all the way around, but the collars do get in the way. That's that's traditional what he looks like. So he has ratchets in his shoulders, and they would go all the way back, but for the wings. So the wings can move this way. They can move out like that. They go down. This part moves back. It is kind of cumbersome. I mean, it's Scourge. Like, that's what it was. He looks like this. So you have these wings too on both sides. So you can have them more folded in, or you can kind of like a cape, or you can have it like all the way back and out. You do that. It's all up to you, but it does move. These things move. But saying that, it impedes his arm going all the way around. So I don't know if you would need it to do that anyway. It's just something to mention. But there is ratchets, and they're pretty strong. His shoulder goes up that much, so there's a little limited articulation-wise. He has bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows to help in transformation. He does have a waist that actually is not impeded. So if you can see, you can get it all the way around. Your fingers will run into the back, but his waist won't. He has the skirts that go. I did the elbows. His fingers has his signature fingers there with the pink nails, and then they're each individual knuckled and individual fingered. I don't really like these. I don't know if, let me see. I'm not sure. I don't want to move this thumb too much because it looks like a stress mark right there. Not sure if you can see that. Let me see. No, it's hard. It's hard to see. But it looks like a little stress mark there. I don't know if that's a stress mark or just a stretch mark. Stress mark from the actual sprue. I don't know. But you can move these hands like this. They don't go in and out, up and down or anything. Like I said, the fingers move on the knuckles and the fingernails. He has these side skirts that go up. I think I showed that. And he can get his legs to do the full splits. And it's friction on the side, but forward and back is ratchets. But he's limited back. He can get the front like that. And his ratchets, they're pretty soft, but they're still there. He can get his leg And I believe he has a double joint on his leg. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought he had like a double joint. It is kind of, it's sort of like a double joint. Like he can get a different type of pose, but it's still 90. It's 90 degrees. He can swing out. That's due to transformation. So he has that big twist swing on the thigh. I already did that. Nothing here. And his feet, his toes go down and up. And he has heel spurs that are on ratchets that are like that. And then his feet can rock. They are kind of not loose, but they're not super tight with the rocking. I know the first version was messed up. I think the feet were kind of messed up. I know people complained about them. And you see you can get it like that, but it kind of comes out. I don't really think it's supposed to do that, and I just messed that up a little bit. Yeah, so that's not good. But yeah, that rocker is not great. It's like here with no type of ratchet or anything. But it stands because of the ratchet in the heel spur is what helps it stand a lot. A couple other gimmicks you have. This opens up. I believe the matrix can fit in there. And also you have a piece of shit that comes out. No, I'm just playing. I could resist. I'm sorry. You have this thing. I don't know what it was. It was like the key or something, but it just looks like this shit emoji popping out his stomach. You got that. So I guess he ate some bad food. And then you can see his head sculpt is pretty great. The eyes are dead. Does have the beard and the mustache. He has the light features. I don't have them in. So I don't know. I don't think his eyes light up though. So that's not going to help his dead eyes. But I think these just light up. And they're also back here. So let's dive into the paint a little bit more, since this is the defining factor of this piece, is that the paint, is repainted. It looks good. It looks good right here. It's painted nice. It has some nice flake, a little flake kind of. The light blue is really nice. Got the pink, of course, fingernails, the red here. It's a really nice looking paint job. I know that's like kind of bright. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can lower that brightness a little bit so you can see that blue better. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you got the light blue there, darker blue here, silver dyes, the red, and you'll see some of this on the boat mode as well. Got the red there. Now where the paint suffers, I showed the face sculpt. Where the paint suffers is in here. Now I'm going to try to show it as best as possible, but it's like that's not shadow. Let me see. It may do it more justice to brighten it back up a little. Yeah, like that's not shadow in there. It's basically, it seems like this is the blue plastic and they paint it, but they like just sprayed it like shh, and then they painted the rest of it great, but inside here it almost looks dirty just because it just looks like overspray. They should have painted the wings the deep blue like this on here. You can see that, but they did not. They neglected in here. You might be able to see it better there. Yeah, see how the paint, it's just like the blue plastic. I believe it's just this plastic was probably this color, and then it had to be painted this color. Maybe that's what it was, but as you can see, and it's like that on both sides. It's the same places, so I assume they just that's just what happened. Like they didn't really paint it well in here. They just like shh, sound effects, huh? Yeah, so I mean, what can you do? What can you do? But I did just want to go over that. Also, I don't know if I showed the red on the feet. So we can hit transformation now. What I do, I start with the feet because that's pretty much simple, but not simple. So you want to put these in, move these in like this. Just move these in like that. They're going to end up this way. Yeah, it's this way. But you want to, there's 2 pegs in here, 2 pegs, or 1 peg, I believe, over here, and a couple pegs over here. And you just want to pull that out of there. Yeah, there's a peg up there. So then while you're doing this, you want to push these feet around. Now I heard on the first copy, like this was really, really hard to do. It's not, it still doesn't work the greatest, but it's not hard at all to do. Now, before I do all that, I usually try to get this piece out. This piece fills in right there where it gives the knee. So you pull that out because it's it can get hard. I just try to get it out when I can, whatever position. So then you push this, how the feet went up, and you just keep going, and then you move this around. Oh yeah, don't forget this. Almost broke that off. And I think it is about to break. So that's great. But that's my fault because I didn't move it out. But it is I'm gonna stop moving it. Yeah, that's about to break off. So that's not great. You see where it bent right there. Yeah, that's a done deal. So won't be using that too much. But yeah, just get it out. Don't do the mistake I did. Get this like this. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to get these feet where you can like keep them in, so it still goes together. I think it's good like that. Do the same thing over here. Get this all over. Try to get this out. Move this. Now you just want to pop this up beforehand. Then I'm going to get this out right now. This landing gear. So I don't do the same thing over here. Then you want to get this and just pass it through. You see his foot curves over and then bends. So now you can get it pushed through. And you see that it's easy. But these feet suck. I still think they suck, even though it's not as hard as what I heard the first one was. Then I try to get these together. Like I said, I get them any way I can. I'm not 100% sure how they go, how they're supposed to go. I get them in here just to get them out the way. Forgot this piece. That would help. There we go. And this piece has that's why not only does it fill it in, but it's a integral part of the transformation. It's floppy, man. It's always more floppy when you're on camera than regular. So hopefully I didn't just break anything. So there we go. So this part Actually, I fool with the head so I can get it just turned around where you're supposed to have it. Put these up. I'm going to turn it with this. So it's like this, and eventually I just leave it like that. So just a little step. It's nothing big. Then you want to pull this out. It's underneath this stuff, so just be careful. Like I did not. Then you got to move this stuff around because you want to get this spun around on this joint. So it's right side up. And you just got to get it around all this stuff. Of course. And there's like cut joints and stuff. I think they're on purpose so you can get it through these wings like that. I don't know. To tell you the truth, don't quote me on it. And then we're where we need to be. This can be a pain. You can move this up like this and this kind of down. This joint right here it's tight, so you gotta try to move it down at the same time, like push it up from the bottom so you get it flush like that, and you're almost there. So that's like prep work. Just get these hands in. You want to get the fist like this. Make a fist, ball it up, put the thumb down, get all the fingers right, and then push it down. You have it point it down. Then push it up in there like that. Make sure these fingers are all in there. That's my bad. So these fingers are fiddly anyway. You know X-Transbots fingers. It's just what it is. Then you close that like that. Get the other one. Thumb's already where he needs to be. These fingers, turn it down. Just want to get them in a fist so they fit into this bottom section. And make sure they're not pointing out the side and getting caught. Everything's good. Push this up. Gravy. Then use the double elbow. And you can see that it's there. Use this. You want to get it out like that because there's a hole there and a peg here. And you're going to flip it up into the top, but not before we finish with this. So now you want to move the head up and push it down. And now this box you made, you can leave it like that for now. You just got this part. So you got to move the arms up and have them like this. So they're going to come together. Again, move them up, move them in. And then they peg together up here like this. Peg at the top, peg at the bottom. And there's a peg. The fist peg. Why this camera? Fist peg goes into a peg there. If you can see that. Try to get that peg first. Well, kind of at the same time. You kind of got to have it all pegged together. But if you can't get that in there, it won't peg right. Now you can work on this back here.
There. So this box here, move these back, and then this goes down like this. This goes down like this. And it kind of pegs in on the side there. It's not really a peg. It's just like a space for it. You know how they do. This goes down here like this and kind of sits in that space. Then his head, you just want to get situated. You get it later. Then you can come and work on this stuff. Now all this you just want to get in here, and it can be a pain, of course. You're gonna move this out, and it goes around here. Just like that. Covers that space. Again, under here, move that out, kind of clamps around the arm and goes up into the space. And you can work that out. Then this right here, you want to try to get this in. I got it below, probably doing that process. You want to try to have these wings above it. I don't know if it can now, so see how I scooted that in there like that? That's what you want. I guess you can be under, but I think it works better if it's above it, but nothing now. Nothing you can do about it if you got this far and you're on this section. So instead of trying to get it, a roundabout way, you want to try to get it up in there. See, this is ideal. And you want it to be on the top. So then you can just try to peg these in. Yeah, this is a pain, like, to tell you the truth. Then you got to peg it in down here. Get this out. That could have been why it was in there like that. There's a peg there. Try to get that right. Then this right here. All right, let me forward this. This madness right here. So that's a beast. Like, all those tabs are over under tabs. They don't really tab in anywhere, but you can see I got it about as best as I can get it. And then you want to push this in, kind of slide it in. I don't know if it locks it or what. Then, well, this already came up, but then you want to move this up to the front and try to get the head doesn't really stay as great as you want it. Here you go. A lot of nice paint. This color is blue and it's dark blue with the light, and the other like darker blue, but not as dark as this, and all this. Here's where the 3 lights are. It's great. It's a great looking representation. Underneath, you can see it has these landing gear that kind of pop out. I'm not going to fool with it because it's the one that's broke. But then you have two back here that come out and makes him, you know, he's like this. So it does look like he's hovering a little bit. Plus you have this stand. There's a spring-loaded piece right here. Put it on like this so he can look like he's flying up. I think that's great. Then I believe this is for the weapons. You got weapon storage on the stand if you want. I know this is their generic stand. I think this is for something else for the weapons, but I'm not sure. But then you can have, take the stand off easier. Then you have a space right here. You can either put this gun, I think looks pretty good, or you can put the target master, which I think looks less great. And the one last gimmick, if I can get it, is when he looks up, you know, when his head was showing. So it's on like a little thing, which kind of is what makes it not do well up here. And you can move this down to go back and peg in, so it's not. So then you have that where his head sticks up, which I think is kind of funny, but something that he did. Let's get this back down, back in there. That's pretty much it for this guy, and I'm glad. Yeah, this shell forming is difficult. I say the representation is great. I like it. It's going on my shelf. I don't know if anybody else will come out with one. I mean, the only other company that I would probably replace this with is Fans Toys if it came out with one, but I don't even know if I would do that. Then again, I said that with Sea Spray, and now Fans Toys is my Sea Spray. So on that note, oh, you got some nice stylings. I don't know if I showed that red. Yeah, and the missing paint don't come through on here. It's just inside the wings, which is messed up, because if there's a mode, maybe the missing paint, I would have been all right if it was under here. Well, that would have been the outside of the wing, so not really. Like, they should just paint it the inside and outside. There's some gaps, but that's more my fault, I believe. When I first got it, it was, see, I just closed it. But like I said, there's a lot of over-unders and not necessarily, like, these are like over-unders. Like, there's two separate tabs, one that goes over, one that goes under on like each piece. So it's not really tabbed in. It's just, like I said, over-under, and that's what keeps it together, is because it's two separate, so it kind of sandwiches it right here. It's kind of over-under. I don't have it exactly correct. Other than that, the robot mode is a good representation, and I would recommend it. Besides that paint, if you don't like the paint, I would stay away and maybe get something else. I do know they have the special with 3 of these. I don't need 3. I have 1, and that's all I need, because I don't need sweeps. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. This has been X-Transbots Scourge, which is their, I don't even know what they're called, Andras. So thank you for joining me on this review, and I will get up with you in another one.
Life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.